Hello everyone, I come to you with a heavy heart. It is to tell you that going forward, this channel, the name doesn't really apply anymore because, the sad news is Johnny is actually dead. So that's kind of unfortunate.
I'm a bit late.
Oh,
What are you doing start
what
with the podcast. We agreed to do a podcast today.
No, you're dead.
Dead? How come?
You're dead to me.
Well, are you still mad?
Yes, I am still mad.
I knew it, that it will be tough on you and us. Yeah. But we will go through this together.
No, we will go through this across the pond, as they say in the title.
Yeah, this is Across the Pond podcast. Shall we do the title jingle?
No, it's already happened. It's going to be added in post. It already happened.
I thought we can do it like Across the Pond, Johnny and Pete.
Okay.
So
hold on, touch hands. That's my hand.
We touched the hand. I don't know.
This is just one hand.
I don't know which side are you going to be.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah. Are we going to be up and down, or it's 16:9, so it makes sense we're up and down. So
yeah,
okay, hold on.
Let's do it just in case like this, and then let's do it like this.
Yeah. Okay. Now
we are sure. We're holding the hand somehow across the pond.
Someone.
Yeah. So this is the first episode, 0 episode. It's a software engineering joke, as they say here in Silicon Valley. You know.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay.
What does that mean? Please explain your joke to the audience.
The best jokes are the ones that you have to explain, right? So
yeah, I agree.
You in software engineering, you have this concept of lists, or it's a programming thing. So you have a list. It's a space of memory, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have slots of memory, and each slot is 0, 1. And usually it's like a higher abstraction concept, so they can be numbers or even strings or something. So in computer science, computer science, the calculation starts usually in 0 in many different contexts.
Now everyone knows.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Thank you.
So yeah, what happened? Why are we here?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're the person to explain what happened, since you're the reason we are doing this right now. If it was up to me, well,
you knew it was coming.
I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
I've known it was coming for a long time in my heart of hearts. But go ahead. Tell us what
you did it to me in 5th grade or so. I never recovered.
Okay.
I always carried the burden. We can go to that later on. But yeah, here I am. This is a satellite picture of Helsinki. So I always had a second life beyond Pete, believe it or not. So essentially I've been doing this thing called software engineering, if you may call it that. I'm not a real engineer, because in Finland you can't call someone who doesn't have an engineering degree an engineer in Finnish. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I used to work for this company. It's called ISI. I actually have their shirt on right now. I'm sorry. I was supposed to put on the Johnny and Pete shirt, actually. Shop.johnnyandpete.com, by the way. So they used to run these satellites that take SAR, this is getting very nerdy again, SAR pictures, synthetic aperture radar pictures. And that's one of them, of central Helsinki. It's black and white. You can take them through the clouds in night, boring, but it works, I guess. And now I work for a different satellite company. Won't go too deeply, but you go to LinkedIn or something, you will see it's called Loft Orbital. You can Google it and see what's the next nerdy thing they do. And yeah, I'm here in San Francisco due to that new job. but we are here doing the podcast anyway. And Joni and Pete video should be probably live, the latest one on the channel, right, Pete?
The advertisement for this podcast? Yes. Well, it should be live now since the podcast is live. I don't know when this is happening. You still haven't recorded your side of the lines for the video, so still waiting on that. So
I did a version today, but it didn't go very realistically because my voice is a bit down. I have COVID again. So don't worry, it doesn't apparently transmit through the screen.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah. Because we are...
Just in case, should I put on a mask?
I'm in America and you are in Europe, so it doesn't go that far away. It dies off.
It's incompatible between the continents.
Yeah. There is, is PAL, and here it's whatever is the format
NTSC.
here. NTSC, yeah. Let's go with that. But so that's the gist.
And that's why we're doing a podcast now, because we, why are we doing a podcast? That's a good question.
Well, that's a good question. Can you explain what is the podcast about and what we are talking about here?
Well, okay. So if a podcast has to have like a theme, our podcast, well, it's pretty well, I think, related to across the pond thing. We're going to be talking about things happening across the pond, which is going to be like, just I'm going to be asking Joni about his experiences, of course, all those normal things. Then we're going to go into some comparisons and things like that. And also, overall, I think the biggest reason for this podcast is just so we have a reason to do this every once in a while, talk to each other about things going on, and then you can listen in and hear us talking about things going on.
Yeah. Essentially, because we don't have a relationship outside of camera. Yeah. So we blasted the whole relationship on YouTube already. Essentially.
Yeah, so why not keep doing it?
Yeah, exactly. It's an outlet of thought. But you can think it like we send an agent to USA, because we've been making a whole lot of jokes about the relationship of US culture and Finnish culture already. So we have a lot of experience there.
Yeah, the first question could be, how did they let you in? Why did they let you in?
Yeah, you remember, you can find some videos from a year, almost 2 years ago, when we went to US.
I think on my Petenummi YouTube channel, you have the logs.
Yeah, that was a scouting trip. Let's call it that. Oh, I almost dropped headphones. So you can go there and see that. And that time, when I crossed the border, it was not fun. They took me aside for 4 hours, which is apparently pretty standard. Like, even if they have a minor thing that they want to solve, I have been doing a lot of research because I was so damn nervous going through again across the border. But apparently, like, if it's the smallest thing, like, there is a red flag literally for anything. Like, it can be completely random as well, like no reason at all. They take you aside for the second questioning. That's what I read online, and everything online is obviously true. So I believe it. So this time, or the first time, they said to me when I got to the desk and I gave my passport and he scanned it or something, said in my details, he said like, "Ooh, it's gonna take a while today." And I was like, oh shit. And this time I went there with my wife. We gave our passports. Although this time I had a visa. Last time we didn't have a visa. We had the ESTA, which is a visa-free visa waiver program for EU citizens. Look it up if you want to go to US for any reason. But anyway, we just gave our passports. He asked, "How much money do you have?" I said, how much money do you have in cash? I said, 500. He looked at me and said, is that enough? I said, yes. He said, okay, and let us through. And that
good.
was it. Took our fingerprints, of course, and literally took like less than 2 minutes. They gave me some time back from the last time.
That's impressive. Even though they knew you were like, I feel like they do a bigger thing if they know you're like literally like moving there.
Yeah, exactly. I was expecting like they take me to a separate room or something for a proper 4-hour interrogation, but no.
Yeah, like I guess no. Yeah, that's always fun with the border. They were mad on our trip. They were mad at me because I didn't have cash, which I don't like. Why? If I did take cash, what would I have to do in Helsinki? I would have to pay the exchange rates to get the dollars when as well I could go to US and then I could take money out of the ATM or and then get dollars. I don't understand why he was really mad at me that I didn't have cash. He was like, how much money do you have? And I was like, what do you mean, like my bank account? He was like, no, how much money do you have? I was like, what do you mean, how much money do I have? Like, do you mean like in my bank account or something? He was like, cash. And I was like, why the fuck don't you say how much cash do you have? Don't say how much money do you have? And then I explained I have $0. I did have some euros in my pocket, but yeah. And then he was like, well, how the fuck are you expecting to pay for anything? I was like, well, I have a card and I can take money from a machine. He was like, well, are you stupid or something? That's what it felt like. I don't know.
But to be honest, that's already one cultural difference. In US, they definitely deal still more in cash. It's much better nowadays, apparently, than it was like 5 years ago, or when you lived here for a year or so.
Yeah, I was tired.
Yeah, you didn't have money back then either.
No.
And you didn't learn.
No. I didn't learn.
Yeah. So yeah, there is, even though it's a sort of a Western country, like Finland.
Sort of a Western country?
Sort of a Western country, the most Western country, as Western as it gets, essentially. Although I guess like California.
At least geographically.
Yeah, geographically. California is like, even though it's the most Western part of the US, it's like very mixture of different cultures in many ways, which is interesting, of course, and something you get to used to in Europe, for sure. But yeah, we were talking about what this podcast is about, and now we somehow got into how to cross the US border legally.
Yeah.
Now let's go to how to cross the border illegally. Okay, let's not go there, because then I'm not going to cross the border anymore.
Yeah. Well, okay. What's our next? Where should we go from here?
I don't know. One of the topics that I had in mind was to introduce ourselves. We've done that probably like 5 times in different medias.
Yeah, it's quite late into the podcast right now to the introductions, but I guess it's fine. Yeah. It's like a running start for the podcast.
If you're still here, you probably want to know who we are.
Yeah. If you're still here and you don't know who we are, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Let us know if that happened.
Can we cut and paste this part to the start of the podcast?
I think it's good to have a running start. You get right into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's start with you. Who are you, Pete?
Yes, my name is Pete, or Pete, as you say in Finnish. I don't really mind either way. I don't get offended if you call me Pete. I call myself Pete if I'm speaking English, just because it goes easier like that. For me, who I am is I am male, 26 years old, living in Helsinki right now. Here, one half of the YouTube channel Joni and Pete, as you can see here on this channel right now. Wait, this is going to the Joni and Pete channel, right?
Yeah, this is going there, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. in our new podcast. They have a whole new podcast section for YouTube. I'm not sure how it works, but I guess this is going.
Yeah, we are piloting the feature together with YouTube. Right,
we are piloting the feature. Yeah. Anyway, that's me. What I am doing right now is I also have YouTube. I have some YouTube channels I'm working on. I am doing some studies in software engineering also at this moment. So that's fun. In the coming year, 2024, I'm gonna be focusing more on. Gonna be doing some studies, and then of course I have my YouTube channels. You can check out White Sox Cinema Club. It's like a reaction channel that's ramping up at this moment. There's been new videos there, and they will keep coming. And also have some other YouTube projects that I don't usually talk about. But I'm working on a couple of things. That's me right now, and I am from across the pond. I'm on the northern, which side of the pond? Eastern side of the pond?
Yeah, you're eastern.
I feel
like.
Eastern.
It depends, there is the other pond as well.
True. But
it's kind of...
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's
because it's connected via land on that side. You go through Russia and Alaska.
But there is only one country between us, right?
That's true. Yeah. Russia. It's fucking between them. Okay. Anyway,
this podcast is not about that. It's the other podcast we do.
Yeah. Okay. And your turn.
My turn.
Introduce yourself.
We already talked a lot about me. So name is Joni, software engineer, doing this stuff. So I went to the same school as Pete, whichever side he is on. And still doing some...
Down or up.
Yeah. So still doing some computer science studies as well. Graduate program. It's very remote now because the school is in Helsinki there. But I'm taking an academic leave for the spring semester.
Okay.
So most likely, unless I have to stay in because I need to take one exam remotely. Then I worked as a software engineer in the past, and more importantly, as a content creator together with Pete on the channel, Joni and Pete, and some older channels as well, and other unreleased content never released with Pete, which was...
How are you talking about the Funny Show?
Yeah, Funny Show, totally.
Okay, yeah. I wish we could release those.
Yeah, I'm sure it's somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, you have it somewhere.
It lives in our hearts.
That's true, definitely.
So, a Windows Movie Maker, the white and blue background, white text thing.
Yeah, that's the best.
That still lives in our logo, right? That's where it's from.
Yeah, that's why it's white and blue, because it's actually made in Windows Movie Maker, the original version. We just updated it.
All your Pete videos are edited on Windows XP.
Oh my god, Pepsi has a different logo in America.
Yeah, it is a bit different. And this is not Pepsi Max, it's Pepsi Zero.
Is it the same thing, though?
And pretty much. It tastes a bit different, but better than the Pepsi Diet.
Yeah. Okay. So Pepsi Zero is closer to Pepsi Max than Pepsi Diet?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'm not sure what Pepsi Diet is, but it's not Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's different. It's like Pirkka Cola, but even worse.
That's one cultural difference, is the amount of flavors available for soda. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I don't know. In Finland, there is a lot of flavors nowadays as well. There's a new flavor.
Flavors.
New flavor every week that you can get.
Okay. But also, those new flavors, when they come out, you can never buy them in like a package that makes sense. They only sell them in 2-liter bottles, which are double the price as normal Coke. So no one fucking buys it. And then they don't sell them anymore because, oh no, I'm buying it because it's so fucking stupid. I don't understand. I'm a big cherry Coke lover. Okay, and nowadays they do sell zero cherry, which is good. But still, it's so much more fucking expensive. Like a double pack of Coke is €4 now, which also fucking they are robbing us blind, is what I'll say.
But at least there you get some money back when you get the bottle back to them.
Yeah, that's true. But like one bottle, if you buy the Coke zero cherry, that's like €2.90, and you can't buy a double pack of it because why? I don't know. But anyway, I don't know why I ranted about Coke cherry. But
that's a very valid rant.
Yes.
But yeah, so we were. It was my introduction, and then this happened. So I guess that was already enough about the introduction, because it tells a lot about the person what he drinks. So I drink Pepsi. I'm that kind of guy.
I don't have anything right here, and I don't drink Pepsi. I drink Coke. Coke Zero usually is my go-to. So
yeah, I appreciate that view as well. I sometimes drink Coke as well. Like I don't really mind which one I'm buying really. Is it Pepsi Max or Coke Zero? But I enjoy the zero drinks either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pricing is a valid point. In California, everything is fucking expensive. That's for sure. I noticed. Yeah. Although the pay is better, as you can see, I'm wearing my Patagucci vest, which is, it means
Did you get
that
with your first paycheck?
Yes, of course. I'm not even lying. So this means that you're a person of money.
Yeah. Good.
Did
you get it from the Patagonia shop we were in?
No, it was not. It was this shop called Sports Basement, and they actually had a deal on this, so it was on sale.
Does everyone at your workplace wear Patagonia clothes?
Like meme-ish amount of people have Patagonia clothes, including me. The people at the office, speaking about the office, they already hate me for the fact that every other sentence of mine starts with, in Finland, we.
Oh no, you're that kind of person.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Like literally my personality is, I'm Finnish, and that's it.
Oh no, that's the worst actually, you know.
I hate that, like 100%. Like I would like leave myself alone and never talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
But I think
I guess
that's a phase. It's a phase.
Yeah, but the good thing is that's kind of what this podcast is about. So why don't we get into sort of the how you are doing, Joni? How's your first? How long you've been there now? A couple of months, right?
Yeah.
So how
has it? Months. It's been like a month.
When did you go? Oh yeah, you left. No, you left at the beginning of November, no?
So my work started.
At the end of November.
Let's see. My first day was 20th of November. So it's been a month.
Yeah, it's only been a month. Yeah, time goes so slowly without you. So that's why it feels like a couple of months. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's been good. Of course, like a lot of it. I've been in survival mode. Because I need to, solve all the basic things. Get a social security card, get a bank account, rent a place. So those things I've done yesterday. In Finland we have the teoriakoe for cars, the theory test, knowledge test. Mm-hmm. So that's I took that yesterday. Yeah, for driver license I took that yesterday. So driver's license is a interesting question. I hope the California Police Department or whoever is in responsibility of that don't see this, but essentially you can drive with a foreign license for 12 months if you are not a resident. And it's so I'm here with a J1 visa, which is sort of an exchange visa. So I'm here like temporarily, not like immigrated. I'm non-immigrant, so non-immigrant alien. That's what I am. So essentially I could drive with the foreign license for 12 months. But it's very gray area. Like if they pull me over, they can give me a ticket for driving without a license. Because essentially I'm still a resident of California if you ask certain group of people. So yeah.
What group of people is that?
I don't know, probably some California,
Okay.
government people. But yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm paying California taxes, at least some of them. So essentially, I'm still getting the driver's license because I want to get a car. So lease or buy some old car. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I'm getting the license, but for now I'm driving without a license.
Do you have to do any like driving test, or is it just the theoretic test?
I took the theory test, the knowledge test already, and nowadays you can do it in online here. It used to be only that you did it at the office, like in Finland, but now you can do it online. It was like they filmed me with a camera, my webcam, the whole time I did it, and there was a screen capture software that I had to run. And definitely you couldn't have like a second display for ChatGPT on there.
No, of course.
Totally not. Like that's not something a software engineer would consider. I didn't cheat, but someone probably could have considered something like that. But of course it's not possible because of the screen capture and the webcam software. But yeah, I took the test. It was pretty, like, some of the rules were surprising, I guess. I was thinking too deeply, like there was a question. What do you do if you bump into someone's car in a parking lot? Leave your details on a paper, wait them to come back to their car, and go look for them around the area in a store or something where the parking lot is, or leave. Which one would you pick?
I'll probably leave.
But in a test, knowledge test. Like your goal is to pass.
I don't know. Like all of those seem like fine answers to me. Like I feel like I don't know. And I know the thing people usually do is I guess leave a note. I guess like the right answer would be wait 15 minutes if they don't show up, leave a note or something. But like which I would answer on the test, I have no idea. Maybe which is the right answer. I don't know. You tell me.
So I was like, I was having this moral dilemma during the test. Probably if they looked through me, I don't know if there was actually a person looking at me through the camera or was it just captured, and if they figured by some AI if I was cheating, then they would check the video footage. But anyway, like the right answer was leave a note. Not okay, very surprising, like that works. But I answered I would wait for them to come, because I was thinking like I have to be as sort of sure that they get the information, because if I leave a note, it could like fly off, someone could take it before they got it. Like in the context of this test, I was like 100% sure it was like I have to wait. So I took that and I was like, what? This can't be. So yeah. And in Finland, like legally you can leave, because there is in the law it says that you don't need to self-criminate. Like you don't have the burden of like saying that you did it if you caused any harm. So you can leave without, like if you are caught, of course you are responsible, but like it's not a crime to leave. You don't get anything extra for leaving the scene, unless you probably killed someone with the car. But that was a test. I passed on first try, and I was surprised about that.
Was that the only question you got wrong?
There was something else as well. One other one was what do you do if you are getting in the intersection and the light turns yellow before you reach the intersection? The options were drive through, slow down and stop, like accelerate through the intersection or brake hard. I think those were the options. What would you pick in this case?
It depends how far you are before you see the yellow light. Did it have any like image accompanying it, or?
No image. It was only saying that you are approaching and close to the intersection or something like this. I can't remember the exact wording.
Approaching and close to the intersection. I mean, it entirely depends on how close you are. Because if you're too close, you just keep going. Because then it gets much more dangerous if you try to do a fast stop. But if there were separate options for slow stop and fast stop, then I guess slow stop is the right answer.
Yeah,
because that means you're far away to do it.
I selected that, and the right answer was you need to keep going.
Okay, well,
and there wasn't even some weird distance with feet or anything like that, and not even talking about meters.
But if it's worded like you said, you're approaching an intersection that turns yellow, it doesn't even say any distance. Like it could be a kilometer back and it turns yellow, and okay, just keep going. Good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, now I know the knowledge test that I need to accelerate as fast as possible through the yellow light. Yeah. That was the right answer, right? But yeah, there was some questions with feet. I didn't understand them. There was like, you need to, when you're turning from a full stop in an intersection to join the traffic, how many feet you need to leave before how much like safe space there needs to be in the next car. And there was like 200 feet, 400 feet, 600 feet. So now I was like there, like, how much is that? I know that I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
You can call me. You can't call me really, but I'm 6. You can call me, but not you.
I can call you.
You can call me.
Well, we're calling Lars right now, so I'd hope so.
Yeah. But anyway, I think there's this meme that, sometimes people prefer people who are 6 feet or more.
Yeah, I don't think that's a meme. Well, yeah, that's a meme. I guess the specific 6 feet part, yeah. But some people are very specific about that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's weird. It's weird to be 6 feet because that's like 183 centimeters.
Yeah.
I'm not, because in the test I guess I would have failed if I had opened some other tab in the browser to translate the feet into meters. So
or open your phone like this. Yeah. I'm just translating the feet.
Like take a calculator.
Yeah. Just feed the feet to meters.
So I was basically I was basing all the calculations like how many yonis is this. Mm-hmm. Then I took it from there. Okay,
that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, it's 600 feet, so that means 100 yonis. So 100 times 183 centimeters. So now we know how long the car is, how far away the car is, not how long. But that was passed. We've been
talking for a long time about your car driving license test.
Yeah, but this was the survival mode. So that's how far I am. I have shelter on top of my head, which is there is many people who don't get that far in San Francisco, which is sad.
True.
Of course, because we are not used to that in Finland. Really, it's not out there. There are no people out there. They wouldn't survive the winter, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go into more detail with more knowledge on the subject on some other podcast. Let's not go there right now. Okay,
let's not go there right now. Anyway, okay, so survival mode. Anything? What's the? Let's go with the classic question, which is, what's like the biggest difference you notice 1 month in? Is there something like that surprised you, or about the differences in work or in life in general?
I don't know, major difference. Someone asked, I did this Instagram takeover, and someone I don't know who it was asked me almost the same question. about what's the biggest difference in working in US compared to Finland, and like that was probably. Are you still recording? Yes, you are.
Yes.
So, biggest difference I noticed. Well, I feel like a whole lot of people have like a lot of like what do you call that? A sort of very subjective views on things here. Like I took the public transportations, and so many Americans have said who live here, like, how can you take the public transportation? I'm like, I step into the bus, and then the bus drives away. That's how you take it. Yeah, but it's more like I feel like there is a.
They think you're poor because you're doing it, or like it's like a lesser person, or.
I guess so, like a class difference or something. Like,
yeah,
they are so dirty, and there is weird people in there. But essentially, all the people who like, I haven't faced like anything out of that, like you would face in Finland. Like always in Finland, when especially nights, weekend nights, there's people who are drunk, has taken some drugs or whatever. But I never felt like super threatened, or like I couldn't get out of the situation if I wanted. Of course, like once in a while, someone probably gets a knife into their chest or whatever in Finland and in any other country in the world. So it's not like you are 100% safe ever, but I guess you can get in a car crash as well without it being your fault. So like, what's the chance for that? So that's interesting, sort of, because in Finland, if you say that you take public transportation to work, people are probably like, hey, that's great. But I don't do that.
Yeah, that's probably most people in Helsinki. Definitely most people in Helsinki take public transport to work who work in Helsinki. Yeah.
So that's a big thing. But in Finland, it's a full-blown winter right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big difference. The weather, you know, you got the California dreaming weather right now. Actually, I'm looking outside right now. It's snowing. It's supposed to snow, I think, 13 centimeters today.
Ooh.
So we're gonna have a nice white Christmas here. It was looking bad there. We had a lot of snow, but then last week it was some plus weathers, and then there was some rain. So it looked dirty and bad, and the ground wasn't white anymore. But yeah, now it's white again, and it seems like we're gonna have a nice white Christmas. But not the case for you. How warm is it over there right now?
I think it's been going like have been between 10 and 20 degrees Celsius. I would have to use Google to say exactly how much that is in Fahrenheit. We can use 10 Celsius in Fahrenheit. It's 50 degrees. So 50 degrees plus 50 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, yeah.
For our non-metric audience. We don't shame, we just don't understand.
We don't shame, we just don't understand. No, that's the one thing always people online, if they're like, okay, I understand the metric system is better, but Fahrenheit is so much better because Celsius doesn't make any sense because it's like from 0 to 100, but why do I care if it's 0 to 100, like human temperature? Like everyone always says that. Yeah. That's what I've seen.
Why would I care? Like there is feet.
Why would I care about what water does, whether water is boiling or freezing?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. But yeah, I feel that's I'm glad that I'm in engineering in work, because most people understand the metric system even if they are American.
Yeah,
because NASA and all of its contractors in the US, they use the metric system, which is nice. There is some sensible people on what comes to the measuring systems.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is probably the first time I miss Christmas, like family Christmas.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you missed family Christmas before?
Have I missed family Christmas before? I don't think so. I'm trying to think. No, I have not. But yeah, this episode is probably coming out after Christmas, right? Safe to say.
Yeah.
Safe to say.
But
so yeah,
can you give me some pictures? What are you going to do on Christmas?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the normal family Christmas, I guess. Well, what's the plan? Go see the grandparents. Eat some porridge, which the classic rice porridge. You eat on Christmas. Then go home. Well, go to the parents' house, and then gotta eat some food, which is of course the most important part of Christmas is eating the food. Which you probably can't get your hands on the great Finnish Christmas foods, which is the carrot box and the ham and the fishes and the delicious things.
You had to say carrot box. That's my favorite.
Yeah, of course, it's the favorite. It's the best one. And then share the presents. Maybe watch some Christmas things on the TV, and yeah, I don't know, just a normal Christmas. Not really any planned. Just with the family, eat food. Eating food is of course the best part of Christmas, I think. So you're missing the best part.
I'm 100% missing the best part. Of course, like today, just like before filming this podcast, we did the rice porridge. We have some porridge rice from Finland, and some local milk and cinnamon and sugar to go with that. But it worked, and it was great. So it was a part of Christmas here in the California.
Yeah.
So it's the 21st day during the recording of this podcast, and tomorrow, tomorrow is 22nd for me. It's for 3 minutes. It's 21st for me.
Yeah.
So we are living in different places, and we are living in different timelines.
I can tell you what happens in the future.
This is the Joni and Pete multiverse of madness.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think we had a video idea like that in the past, something like related to multiverse.
No, yeah, it was more than a video idea. It was like a series idea, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I remember one joke we planned for that. I don't know if it's an appropriate joke. It was a. Can I tell it here? So
yeah, I can tell it. I'm not sure which one we're talking about.
It was about like we were. It started like maybe we'll do this one day, the series, but we can already give some spoilers on what we wrote, what we had some ideas for the series. So one of the first scenes was because for whatever reason we decided to become superheroes, and the other character said something in the lines that I want to be, I don't know, Superman, and the other one said like took a gun and said I'm gonna be Black Panther, and then the other guy said like you can't be Black Panther, and then it went into a direction that you would expect, like why the person couldn't be Black Panther, but in the end it was like the other person said because Black Panther doesn't use a gun. So yeah, that was the joke.
Yeah, I think it's a good joke.
It's a good joke.
I mean, the way you told it, it's not that funny, The comedy is all about execution, but
exactly.
It could be.
But
funny.
I can imagine that scene in my head.
Yes, me too.
So I'm laughing at it like it's the best jokes that you laugh yourself at. Yeah. It's. I'm sure that someday we'll continue the videos in full-blown Joni and Pete format in some way or other. At least I have this wish. I don't know about you.
Of course I have this wish. I always have this. Of course I have this wish. Sorry, I can't talk about this without starting to cry.
Yeah. But yeah, when you do the business trip here, then we'll film more.
Yeah, we'll film some things. We gotta figure out a few easy things to film.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also do we could come up with some ideas which can be filmed like
one of the ideas that is probably on the channel already. Which is
true.
Like
the promo for this.
Yeah.
But other things like that you could. I mean, it doesn't have to play into the thing. We could also do just film each other separately, like fake talking to each other.
Yeah.
Just film parts separately. I mean, that works when you're doing.
We probably people couldn't tell if half of our videos were made that way.
Yeah. There's because it's always one of us filming the camera, so it's never both of us on the camera at the same time.
Yeah.
So it could work like that. Of course, the background is going to be different, but it doesn't really matter if you don't move around. It could work.
It could work, definitely. And I felt like we were really getting up to speed again, even though we weren't filming a lot lately in the past 3 months or so. But so much publicity during this year. Well, of course, there's probably some things that get much more publicity, but on our level, first in the summer, we got into the local paper. That was a huge thing in Kerava.
Huge milestone, yeah.
It's a big thing. You made it if you made it to Keski-Uusimaa, which is the paper.
True. Mm-hmm.
So it stays in my heart. It's when I die, the life goes past your eyes. The saying. However, you get the highlight reel.
Yeah,
that's up there, 100%. But even more than that, later on we got reached out by a bigger paper. They wanted to make a thing.
Isn't it the biggest paper in Finland? I think, right?
It's probably the biggest, yeah. Trash
by
papers.
the amount of readers.
Not trash papers.
Yeah.
It's very valid paper, like any other paper.
Because we wouldn't be in it if it wasn't valid.
Yeah, New York Times of Finland. We were joking in the summer that we got into the New York Times of Finland. And we literally got into the New York Times of Finland. But maybe Helsingin Sanomat is the New York Times of Finland if you had to pick.
Yeah.
But not too far off. Iltalehti is up there. So we had a thing there. And then we got reached out by I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this, but I'm going to tell it because no official people is going to watch the podcast this far. Someone who is in decision-making position, they're not going to get this far. So we got reached out by a radio channel in Finland. And this was not a local radio channel. It was a nationwide radio channel. And I'm not sure, maybe the interest dies off, but they said that let's schedule an interview whenever I'm back in Finland for the radio. So we'll do that.
We'll do that if it's still available to us to do.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
They talked about us on the radio show as well.
Yeah. Which some they also didn't. Some of them they had some not so nice things to say about us. but in the end it was okay.
Yeah, we got roasted by one of they are pretty high up, two media characters in Finland.
But they hadn't seen the videos. They just heard the videos described to them at that point. So I don't know if So
I don't know if they ever got back to that because they said in that in the radio that they'll watch some of the videos and talk about it some other day.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we're never talking about this shit."
Yeah, exactly. They sent us the message that come for an interview, and then they took the paper and they're like, "Fuck this shit." But it was funny to listen. I don't know if you ever had that, but it was funny to listen to someone else talking about your content, on national media. That was pretty cool. Honestly,
it's pretty cool. Yeah, you almost feel like a celebrity.
Yeah. So we were just if I would get back to Finland now, we would be the biggest celebrities in Finland if we would start doing this thing like even heavier.
Yeah, for sure. Like Dancing with the Stars season next season.
Yeah,
for sure. Like
But I guess like we started making these videos in English to break through globally, and now we broke through locally.
I mean, but I don't think also the Finnish interest in our videos is because of the global interest in our videos. So
yeah, I guess that was one of the main points.
Yeah.
But
so sort of all ties in together.
Yeah. What was one of the titles on the news site? It was like, we blew off the bank.
It was like, it's such a clickbait title. Like you could see them like A/B testing like 4 different titles and 4 different titles at the same time. Like some of them were funny. It was like they were like, they got an idea and that blew off the bank or something. Or like these two are doing videos. I think I have some screenshots here on the WhatsApp. But let me see if there's still some of them.
Just the other day, I put one of these screenshots on Instagram just to show off. Like that was the total show off. Like I wanted to make sure that everyone who didn't see the news now saw the news from my Instagram. Go follow the Instagram. I don't have many followers and I'm really bad on Instagram, but I'm trying because people asked me. I've been asked by some friends to post something on Instagram so they can see what's happening in the US, but I'm really bad at it.
Yeah, you can follow me too. I don't have a lot of followers either. I'm even worse on Instagram. Yeah,
go follow Pete, and then go follow our joint account, Joni and Pete.
Yeah, Joni and Pete. Yeah.
They're surely...
here's the.
Go ahead.
Here's the title. In Joni and Pete videos, Finnish people are shown at their worst. The idea blew off the bank.
If you can, then post. Put that picture here as well.
Yeah, I'll put the picture. And there's another one. I'm not sure which was the final title, but this is another title they used. Joni and Pete's videos blew up the bank. I guess Joni and Pete's videos blew up the bank. And then there's a quote. I love how Finnish people joke. And that quote was, they actually took it from one of her videos. Like we didn't give that. They just went into her comments and took the quote.
Yeah. It was weird, but I don't blame them. I guess the article didn't do that well. Like it stayed on the site, like top of the site for, I don't know, 30 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah. And it started slipping down.
Yeah. But I went into incognito mode the next day and browsed through the news site, and it was still there. Like probably like if you would count in pages, it was like 5 pages down.
Yeah.
Still there.
Anyway, Joni and Pete, a locally famous media now. Well, nationwide.
Yeah, and we have a representation in the California as well. So I'm heading tomorrow. We're leaving in like 9 hours to LA. So I'm gonna negotiate a couple of deals for us.
That's good.
So on Christmas Eve, discussions with Universal, and 26th, so second Christmas Day, Boxing Day, whatever is that? No, it's not Boxing Day.
That's British.
Yeah. So 26th.
That's British. Yeah.
26th is negotiations with Disney.
Yeah, good. But you never told us what are your plans for Christmas now that you're missing it with the family for the first time.
So I'm going to LA. We rented a car, which I told I'm driving. Don't tell any officials, and let's release this video only after I've actually driven the car.
You're already a professional at driving in California.
Yeah,
you've driven across the state, a couple of times already. Well, not the whole course, but
yeah, but very long distances, and in Finland. So I'm a professional, non-professional driver, you could say. So we are driving to LA. first night we are staying in Big Sur. You remember the lodge we drove past there?
I'm sure we drove past multiple lodges, but I remember like near the place where we pissed.
Yeah, that one.
Yep. Yeah.
The one where I took the selfie. I remember you laughed at me by taking selfies. But I
took selfies too.
Yeah, but we're gonna stay in that lodge, and it seems pretty cool. Probably gonna do a couple of national park walks. Now that like I had COVID, but it's like the 5th day of the COVID, so probably I'm feeling completely fine.
Yeah.
So this is ethically appropriate to go tomorrow, and then drive to LA on 23rd, and then 24th we're gonna go to Universal Studios to negotiate the Joni and Pete deal.
Yeah.
And maybe go to the Nintendo World, Super Nintendo World inside.
Oh yeah, that's there.
That's a new thing. That is first time for me in Universal Studios. You've been at Universal Studios?
Yes, I've been in Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Studios Orlando.
Damn, that's big. Which one was better?
Well, Universal Studios Hollywood has the like the authentic like the studio lot tour where you take they put you in a little tram and then you drive through the lots where they actually film the things, and also some other things like that was cool. Park wise, I think the Florida always has the advantage that they have a lot more open space, so it's much bigger. I think at least Disneyland is, or whatever they're called. It's a different Disney World in Orlando, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's so long ago that I think both of those parks have just melded together in my mind, so I don't really remember the difference in each. I remember the Harry Potter land, and I think that was in Orlando. But I've been in both. I'm sure about that, but I don't. Yeah, it was fun. It was cool. It's good.
Yeah,
it's a bit different than Disneyland. In Disneyland, Disneyland is like more immersive, I guess, is what they're going for.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars Land is full on LARP and things.
Damn, it was so cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Since everything is in character. But yeah, it's very cool. I think you'll have a fun time for sure.
So yeah, we are going to Disneyland then on 26th, and definitely going to the Star Wars Land.
What's the plans for 25th then?
25th, probably KFC.
Okay.
That's the thing in Japan, like we discussed. So maybe we'll. Yeah. I don't know. We have to do something.
Yeah.
Something probably just chill out. There is a pool in the hotel, but the weather is not going to be too warm. Around 20 degrees Celsius.
Is the heated pool?
And we'll see if it's heated or not. But at least not a beach day.
Yeah.
Warm. But
the Finnish people are going to kill you already saying that 20-something is not a beach day.
Yeah, exactly. But it's different. The climate is different. It doesn't feel the same. Believe me, come here. Visit us.
Okay.
Indeed. So we've been running for a good time already. It has been a good fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of the listeners had any fun in this format. It's a bit different than Joni and Pete videos to run a 1-hour podcast. Compared to
maybe it's good,
video.
if you're doing something around the house or something. I'm sure we're like entertaining enough to have like as background noise. Maybe not as like full attention. Maybe we're not entertaining enough for that. But like as background noise, I think we're fine, good enough.
Yeah. I fully embrace that theme of the podcast, background noise. Maybe we should put that as the title.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think a good idea would be actually have like some questions in the comments for both of us, of course, but especially Joni because he's in a new situation, blah blah blah. But yeah, for questions for both of us, we could have a section on the podcast where we're answering questions every time. That would be nice. And do we have any news on the frequency of these podcasts? That how often these are going to happen?
So like we planned, they're gonna fluctuate, I guess. But first we're gonna take pretty relaxed because of the situation here. So when we understand what the situation is, maybe it's gonna be once a week at some point. But I guess we agreed to start with once every 4 weeks.
Yeah, I guess the plan was to do once every 2 weeks, but we
I can't remember.
We just decided to start once a month.
Yeah.
Or I guess when we're ready. It might be in 3 weeks from now. It might be a month from now, but probably not any longer than a month from now.
Yeah.
But it might come earlier than that.
Yeah, we'll say that wait for 4 weeks for the next episode, but don't expect it to come any earlier. But it might come earlier than that. And of course, in the comments you can put any like subject suggestions, like wider subject that you want us to discuss, not just questions that are small and easy to answer, yes and no questions, and maybe any suggestions on like how we should do this better. We are very open to that. Like,
of course.
A suggestion: Joni, go back to Finland. but like, should we take any guests here? I don't know. What other subject? Change what's behind my back.
Yeah, I could change the color from blue to something else. That's all I can do here.
My plan is and was and is to do something else behind me.
Yeah.
But this is all I could come up with this short notice because I've lived in this place for 2 weeks. 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks. We actually found this really, really fast. That's a story for another time, I guess. I didn't tell it fully.
Let's do it next time then.
Yeah. So the next 4 weeks. I don't know. Next month's episode.
Next time's podcast.
Next episode. The theme will be something related to what we spoke. So subject will most likely always contain something with Finland and the USA in mind.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah,
that is in the title, Across the Pond. And we will see you across the pond, across the weeks when we're back. And thank you if you listened so far. Appreciate it. And
yeah. God save the America. No, that's not
God
what they
save
say.
Sauli Niinistö.
Freedom.
God save the king.
Yes, that's what they say in America. I'm very immersed in the culture already.
God save the king, Sauli Niinistö.
Yep.
Okay.
Goodbye.